Hi friends, Amy Love here. Welcome back to Snippets of Love. Today I wanted to take you along while I created I altered a notebook for a dear friend of mine, and she really likes denim. And denim isn't really my comfort area. So I do have kind of a tutorial coming up right after I'm done telling you about it, that shows you kind of the mistakes I made and the changes that I made. But this is where I landed. So I happen to have an old pair of work jeans of my husband's, and that's what I cut up to decorate her journal. And I did the front and the back. On the top, I used one of my snippet strips that I already had put together that had buttons sewn on it, and I just thought it was so cute. I did this insertion lace, and I just put a strip of jeans in it that I then just put a zigzag stitch down the middle because I want this to fray. I left a lot of raw edges, and jeans fray amazing, but I didn't want it to disintegrate, so the stitches help help it not completely fall apart. So I just think that's adorable. I made a little rosette with lace and jeans. I don't know if it'll actually focus on that so you can see the details. But anyway, that's lace and jeans on top of a doily right there. I changed the middle a couple of times, and I landed on these two hearts that have zigzag stitch. So this back one is just the jeans inside out, so it's a different color, and then right side out on the top. And then I just kind of was trying to fray up the edges a little bit, but that's why I used the zigzag stitch so it wouldn't completely fall apart. But I want that shabby edge on there, right? So cute. I used a green seam binding tie closure because on the inside of the notebook it has this color green inside. Oh, I'll just show you. It's so cute. It's little polka dots, so I didn't cover it up because it's adorable. But that's where the green comes in. See? Cute. So cute. So there's that. And then on the back, I cut this cross out of the back side of the jeans, and I stitched around it a few different times, and then I'm shabbying it up, and I just think it's really cute. Even though denim isn't my strong suit, I feel like it's not. And she's very like mountain rustic and not as much ridiculously lace and blingy like me. So I tried to make something I thought that she would enjoy, and I absolutely hope she loves it. I'd love to hear what you think. If you're interested in the tutorial about how I created it, that is coming right up. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up, everybody, and I will see you next time. So I cut a piece of the jeans to fit the cover, and I actually cut it wrong, and it doesn't fit on the cover, so there's a whole gap on that side, but that's okay. I'm just going to use one of my snippet strips to cover it, but I'm going to go ahead and zigzag stitch the edges so that it doesn't fray too much. Okay, so I've zigzagged the edges to prevent it fraying too much, and now I'm gonna I lay it to fit over the top several times just to make sure that it covers everything well, because I don't want to glue it down right now because I want to be able to sew all the pieces on. So I just sewed on that snippet strip, and see on the back you can see how I miscut the jeans, but on the front you cannot tell, and I just think it's beautiful. I love to put a snippet strip. So now I am thinking about what I want to put on the other edge, and I definitely think we need a lace over there. So I was thinking, I love this insertion lace, and I went through all of my spools of ribbon to try to pick what I was going to put in there, and then I ended up using a strip of the jeans. So I just ran a zigzag stitch down it for so it wouldn't fray, because when you're trying to thread it through this insertion lace, it really tends to start fraying. But with that zigzag stitch, it helps it not to fall apart. And I really do love the way the jeans look threaded through this insertion lace. I think it's really cute. So once I get it all the way threaded through, which is a bit of a chore, it's not as smooth as a ribbon, but we get it done. I'm just going to go ahead and sew it down to the cover, just using a simple straight stitch. Now I cut these hearts out of the jeans, and you guessed it, zigzag stitched around the edges so that it wouldn't come undone. And I had this J in my stash, and my friend's name starts with the letter J, so I was like, oh, you know what? Let's put that on the front. I really wanted a flower on the front, so I decided to make one out of a strip of jeans and a little lace trim, a flat lace trim. And it's just kind of like a rolled rose, and I just want to make sure though that it stays flat. You know, sometimes when you are rolling them up, they tend to get really fat, and I'm trying to avoid that. So I'm trying to make sure to twist and glue around the outside so it gets wider, not thicker, if that makes sense. And I hope it does. But anyway, it's really pretty. I love how it turned out. It's just a super easy and cute way to make a flower. I suppose you could sew this, but it's kind of like tedious. So I'd rather just use hot glue and get it done. Alright, now I decided I was going to put a doily down behind the flower because I really like the contrast that that gives on the front there. I think it's really cute, and I'm just going to glue these bits down. I didn't sew a lot of this, but at this point I'm just going to glue it. It's not like something you're going to launder, so the glue will hold just fine. It's not a problem. Yeah, so cute, right? And now I want to add the heart. So I am going to glue just where the zigzag stitch is, because I want the edges not to be glued down so that I can fray them and shabby them up. And I don't want to glue in the middle of the heart because I want to stick this brooch in there without having to wrestle any glue. So I'm just going to hot glue right down on the threads, and that'll help hold the threads down too, which is great. So I am just going to get that stuck in there, and I have to do it a couple times to get it straight. I thought it would look really nice if there was some lace on the top and the bottom, but I really didn't want to put it on top of the denim, so I decided to just put it directly on the notebook and then lay the denim cover on top of it. And I think it turned out really cute. As always, I like to put a tie closure, and so I decided to use this green seam binding because it matches the avocado toast print that's on the pages, and it also matches the inside cover is that color green with some little white pin dots, and it's just so cute. So I thought I would use this green seam binding. And so I tied a knot in the end because, you know, seam binding tends to fray pretty easily. So I tied that knot to keep that from doing that. And then I am just gluing it down on each side before I put the covers down. And I'm going to tie it together and decide if I need to trim any off. I always put too much rather than too little because I know I can trim it off at the end. So now I am ready to attach the cover to the front, and I am just going to glue that down. But I want to start on the side that has the spiral, because I want to make sure that I can still open and close, you know, the cover before I glue the entire thing down. So I'm going to glue that first and make sure that works, and then I'll just finish gluing it on. Now you can of course use a liquid glue here. You could use like a Fabri-Tac or something like that, and that would work great. It's just it has a longer drying time. I tend to use hot glue whenever I can because I like the instant hold that it gives. So I knew that I wanted to put a cross on the back side of the journal, so I just made this template and I am tracing it onto the right side of the denim fabric, and then I'm going to flip it over and use wrong side up so that there's a difference between the cover and the cross. And I am going to, you see the difference there? If I had it the other way, you'd hardly be able to see it. So I am going to sew it right down to this back cover, and I am going to stitch around it with a straight stitch a couple of times, so there's, you know, more than one stitch around it. And I think that's so cute. So I went ahead and cut out a smaller heart. I decided that I did not like the bling J on the front. I just wasn't feeling it, but I thought, how cute would it be to have another heart inside of that bigger heart? And I am so thankful. I think that looks much better. So I glued it down just like I did the heart, just staying on the stitches and gluing it on. And I think it's so adorable. Okay, now that that's glued down, I am going to fray up the edges, and since I glued right on that stitch line, I have edges that I can lift up and fray a little bit with my fingers, and I just absolutely love that effect. So I decided to put that same lace trim under the back cover too, and I love the way that looks, but I need to put a lace on the edges, and I think I'm going to use this little white lace. I haven't cut it to fit yet because I want to be more precise and careful than I was when I did the front and messed it up. So I'm going to cut it to fit, and I'm going to sew that lace trim on. And I end up going with this right here, this scalloped eyelet. I think it's so cute. So I sewed that on, and then I attached the cover. I forgot to zigzag stitch around the edges, but I did glue the edges down, so it should be just fine. So I love how this turned out. I would love if you would leave me a comment and let me know what you think. I think it's just so stinking cute, and I did already give it to my friend, and she does love it. So thanks for watching, everybody.